हाय गाइस, स्वागत है आपका हमारे चैनल पेंटबॉल महाराष्ट्र पर। अगर आप हमारी कम्युनिटी चाहते हैं तो अभी सब्सक्राइब बटन दबाएं और अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक और
Been a tremendous week of netball at Kai Tak Sports Stadium, which has proven that anyone can win this tournament.
Absolutely. Hong Kong had the first centre pass. I think, the first few minutes, both teams are really going to have to settle to get into this.
And we know from our own playing that first 5 minutes, as you ease in, get those nerves out of the way and find some rhythm.
Absolutely. Everybody just needs to settle.
And what we have here really at the end of the round games, at the end of the pool games, Singapore finishing second behind Malaysia, Hong Kong finishing fourth, and now we see these two teams in the final.
Absolutely. And, how amazing that both these two teams are going to go to Sydney for the 2027 World Cup. Unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable.
So Singapore were at the last World Cup, which was in Cape Town. Belisa that was a stumble from Xenia. But when was Hong Kong last at the World Cup?
Hong Kong was last at the World Cup in 2003, and at that time there was no qualifying. It was just those teams that were able to fund themselves to get to the World Cup. Hong Kong played in that World Cup in Jamaica, and since then hasn't been back in.
It really is a special moment. Right, let's talk about the team. So, 1 minute in. Rachel, wing defence for Hong Kong, has got the ball.
These are similar lineups I think we've seen throughout this tournament in terms of a starting seven. Both teams have not made a lot of changes for the bigger and closer matches. We see the mop ladies out.
The mop is out.
We've seen some other tournaments where the mop people actually become the performers.
They do.
But not today. Tight so far. You can feel the energy on the court.
Absolutely.
It's very noisy. Players are talking to each other. Great ball in from Eldery to Crystal.
Great
Hong Kong's first goal. Singapore typically play fast. They release the ball fast. Their movement's fast, and they have very accurate shooting. It'll be interesting to see how Hong Kong may be able to disrupt that if they can today.
Absolutely. See if Hong Kong can actually slow that ball down. Yesterday, Singapore were extremely quick bringing the ball down the court.
Yeah, Singapore had a massive win against Sri Lanka to get themselves here in the final. Hong Kong had a closer match and won by 4 against Malaysia. But when these two teams played in the pool rounds, the score was 53 to Singapore and 40 to Hong Kong.
It was quite a great rebound.
Great start from Rina.
Rina had a great game yesterday, was really consistent in goalkeep for the whole game.
And we see a beautiful, confident shot.
So it's going to be 5-1. The key is to not let the margin get too big right at the beginning of the game.
And Hong Kong are making an early switch, switching Jessie into goalkeeper and Zan into goal defence. Zan is the captain of this team. Jessie is the vice captain.
And yesterday we actually saw quite a lot of Zan and Jessie switching throughout the game. Just changing, keeping the Singapore side thinking about different options.
And the umpires we have today are the two umpires, both who are from Australia. We've had some great umpiring over this tournament too.
Absolutely. That was a great feed in, but there are two defenders, two on one.
Exactly. Crystal puts in another goal for Hong Kong. It's nice, I think, the Hong Kong team have that tall target at the back. It'll be interesting to see if they at some stage move to a moving circle. So at the last Asian Champs, which was held 2 years ago, which I understand it was a really close final. That was Singapore and Sri Lanka, and it went to extra time. Team Hong Kong be patient again? This
They
is
are.
how they start the match against
Absolutely.
Malaysia
2 options for the
yesterday.
ball.
Working it in and making sure they give the ball to that right option.
Exactly. And I think that is absolutely key. They need to be patient and keep working it around.
A solid Singapore defence. Causing the turnover, forcing the error. I'm not sure if it's coming across through this very noisy on the court and around the court. There's great atmosphere here today.
Yeah, great atmosphere. I can hardly hear you, Lisa. It's brilliant. It's so good that there are so many supporters here for this final match.
Another amazing shot from Amandeep, and goal shooter for Singapore. You quite often see the Singaporeans just turn and shoot.
They do. They are very accurate. That was a nice little tip from Zahn, getting around the body. Now causing the contact.
No hesitation as Karwei puts up maybe her first shot.
I think it is her
this
first
match.
shot.
Again, super accurate throughout this entire tournament.
So Lisa, 8-2. Hong Kong really need to settle. And be disciplined with their options.
I mean, how hard would it to play this game, Rachel? These teams know they've got a ticket to the World Cup next year.
Absolutely.
Celebrating that, I guess, with both of them winning yesterday, but needing to come up today and play
Absolutely.
again.
Replay ball, but that was a great intercept from Faith Maria.
That's a beautiful vision from Zenya Wong into the circle, into Crystal. She saw through all of the traffic then.
Absolutely. A good settler. 8-3 to Singapore.
So Singapore, really, looking back over the years, have been very consistent of being in the top 3 teams in the Asian Champs, dating back to the 80s. Hong Kong, in fact, has only managed to make it into that top 3 once in 1993 when we hosted the Asian Champs back then. And Hong Kong ended up winning. Maybe it's the home advantage that has got them there again.
That really was great vision by Rena, getting that tip for Singapore. Didn't keep it in.
Is strong.
Yeah.
They're tight. They're forcing Hong Kong to pass back, to rethink and reset. Great intercept from Rachel as the ball goes flying down the court for Singapore. Hitting the baseline for another great shot from Karwei.
Absolutely, and I think, Lisa, when they get the turnover, this is the time that they take, as you said, they take the ball down the court so quickly. So what can Hong Kong do to stop that?
They're not showing any signs of being tired, having played a week of netball here in the heat of Hong Kong. Beautiful shot there from Karwei. Again, no hesitation in putting that ball up and going for the shot. Tight defense and a good contest. The umpires called contact outside the circle for Colecia to feed in.
I can see that Rita's just getting up on the sideline. I'm wondering if there's going to be a change soon.
Yep, we've seen that. Also Hong Kong, and perhaps they need to make a change, inject something different in. As we see Jessie and Zahn switching the defensive end of Hong Kong again. Zahn going back to goalkeeper and Jessie out into goal defense. Let's see if Hong Kong can turn this centre pass. Another beautiful shot from Amandeep. We've had a fall again on a slippery court.
And that was a great feed in by Colecia to...
Good vision into the circle and a great shot by Eldery.
Absolutely, a good settler. The mop is coming back out.
Now this, Rachel, from what I understand, may be the last chance in this format to have a team from Asia go to the World Cup. And in fact, what we're hearing is the World Cup is changing to a full ranking system rather than have teams qualify from different regions.
Absolutely. I think that's why it makes it so special for these two teams to get through and to be going to Sydney. Singapore centre. It's that pocket ball.
Yeah, they're really finding the space down the court, Singapore.
Yeah.
With accurate passing.
They do, and Rachel often gets that pocket ball, the wing attack.
A good give and go from the wing attack to the goal shooter and turns and shoots.
A physical battle and tight contest with Faith, Maria and Corlicia. Hong Kong have got the ball.
Great drive from Corlicia down the centre of the court. As you can see, the goalkeeper, Rena, always on her toes.
She is.
There's a lot of movement there, which ends up in a forced error. You see Hong Kong pass go over the back line.
Absolutely. Maybe an extra pass to the top of the circle. Good defence pressure from Zan in the D.
She's had a tremendous tournament as well. Both in defence, obviously, with a lot of turnovers, as well as bringing the ball down the court and attack when she's played in goal defence. And we see a pinpoint accurate pass going into the goal shooter for Singapore.
Opportunity for Hong Kong to settle.
Singapore are really showing why they're the highest ranked team in Asia.
Contact. And another great shot from
Crystal
Audrey.
protecting the shot for her goal attack. And here we see Rita coming on into centre and Lauren into wing defence for the Hong Kong side. Xenia switching down into wing attack. So quite a few changes actually in the mid-court. Hong Kong has changed its entire mid-court team. Fresh legs, do you think, Rachel?
I think fresh legs, and I think just get something else to think about. Oh, that was a great unlucky.
Timing just out there.
Timing was just out.
Jordan kissed the Australian umpire, warning Zan, the goalkeeper of Hong Kong, to watch her timing. And you can see the injection from Rita automatically driving down the court.
Big hand. Just when new legs come on, everyone needs to settle again and make sure they've got the drives for the ball and the different options.
So Hong Kong has at least slowed down to play a bit for Singapore, with stops their flow somewhat. But they hit the baseline again, and another great shot from Ka Wei.
Now that's a turnover, so they need to treasure it.
An unforced error from Singapore gives Hong Kong a chance. They really need to put some points on the board.
Rita managed to just keep it inside. There was no one there to back her up.
And there's Singapore. It's really difficult to stop them when they're on the floor.
It's really hard. 3 passes and it's in.
It's a Hong Kong centre. They really need to score off this. They can't afford to let Singapore get too far ahead in this first quarter. If you remember the last game during the pool round, Singapore-Hong Kong, it was in fact 25-20 at halftime.
It was.
To Hong Kong. So we're seeing a much different start to the match in this final. Eldry, beautiful
shot.
Can Hong Kong turn this one?
Just 3 minutes left. 18-7 Singapore.
That was a good try from Jessie, but she's been pulled for contact by the umpire.
Lots of pressure.
Well done to Xenia. But then Jamie from Singapore, goal defense, beautiful turnover. And then deep, another great shot. I'm sure she's 100% in her shooting accuracy so far in this match. Hong Kong driving down the court. Almost hit Eldry on the baseline. But a tip from the gold defense.
Lovely shot.
Turns and shoots, which we're seeing her. It's her bread and butter. She's very customary. As Singapore drives down the court on another centre pass.
A minute and a half left. It's a good drive from Xenia to the top of the circle.
Can Hong
Keep
Kong
reoffering, and a nice pass in from Rita to Crystal. That's a good passage of play.
Good passes of play. Can Hong Kong get another couple of goals to close this gap a bit before the end of the first quarter?
Absolutely. So I think it's 29 at the moment.
Amandeep, another beautiful shot. As we see Rita come down for Hong Kong in the centre pass. Good vision. Another good vision from Xenia Wong straight into Eldry. Again,
great.
missed all of the traffic in front. Looked through that.
Absolutely. And it worked when Crystal came out then and created that space for Elle to go back in. 40 seconds to go.
Singapore don't look phased as they work the ball down beautifully into the shooting circle. There's still enough time left with 25 seconds on the clock for Hong Kong to score another goal.
Oh, she just tipped it back in.
That was a beautiful reach from Rina, the goalkeeper from Singapore.
8 seconds.
Great timing and great elevation. Amandeep scores another goal for Singapore. And it looks like
Singapore will hold the ball.
we will finish this quarter.
तो आज के लिए बस इतना ही। आपको आज का गेम कैसा लगा हमें कमेंट्स में ज़रूर बताएं। ऐसे ही और धमाकेदार स्पोर्ट्स कंटेंट के लिए पेंटबॉल महाराष्ट्र को अभी सब्सक्राइब करें। मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में।